Alrighty, we have another follower submission here. This one comes with a little message. Firstly, I want to say I love your videos. You really help give a multi-point perspective on every situation, and I feel that really helps people better evaluate. Thank you. Every once in a while, we try to actually be helpful. That being said, am I the asshole for wanting to run away and start over? I've not always had the best life. I was abused for 23 years of my life, mostly by my family. I am 30 now. I am married with one bio child, who I would absolutely go to the ends of the earth for. My husband is overall a good man. Overall. Though at times he can smack you mentally with a red flag. He's said things like, "I don't have to try. I already have you." Or, "Of course I don't bother anymore. The kids are all that matters." As well as a few other things. I try my best to put on a good face and pretend my life is great. I barely want for anything one would typically think. However, behind closed doors, I cry nearly every day. I want a job, but taking care of our child prevents that. Our child has a series of mental and emotional setbacks that make having a stable job impossible. Pair that with my husband's erratic career, and yeah, not happening. I want a life. I want to feel appreciated and loved. I do 90% of the housework. My husband's only chores are trash, litter box, yard, and dishes. He takes care of the trash, and that's about it. Dishes he only does twice a week and claims that's because work exhausts him. But I'm exhausted too. I set up routines and organize things to make life easier, but he just tells me that's stupid and he won't abide by them, thus making things harder. It's been almost 10 years of this over and over again, and all I want to do anymore is put away savings, file for divorce, and sign over custody of our child to protect them from my family and leave. But I'm the mom. I can't do that to my child. I can't traumatize them by abandoning them, but I also can't keep being so miserable. I don't know what to do. I've been battling this mental state for 2 years now. Thank you for taking the time to read this. Okay, we're going to change this one up, and I would like to encourage everyone that comments to give this person honest advice because she's struggling, legit struggling, needs help, and let's try our best to really provide that for her. How would you handle this situation if you were in her shoes? Let's try to offer up some solution paths here. My gut reaction here is that taking care of a special needs child has to be one of the most exhausting jobs on the planet for a parent. That has to be one of the hardest things there is. And as much as taking care of, we have 5 kids from varying ages, but Navy Thunder, the toddler, is by far the most work right now. And even what I perceive to be a huge amount of work taking care of a normal, healthy toddler has to just pale in comparison to the daily work of taking care of a special needs kid. Her kid has a series of mental and emotional setbacks that make having a stable job impossible. And we don't know what that entails, so I'm just putting it in this category of special needs. It requires special attention. She can't have a stable job because of the care that child requires, which means that she's on the clock 24/7 for this child. And then when a significant other comes home, she feels completely unappreciated, like she has no help, and that has to just compound the issue here. I think that's one of the reasons that parents of kids with special needs typically have a support network, because getting through that alone has to be incredibly difficult. And there's obviously a lot more going on here with OP's background, going through a lot of abuse and not having a great situation right now. I think it's probably exacerbated by feeling like you're just working all the time. There's no break for her. There's no appreciation for her. It's just tread water forever. That has to be the feeling. Like you're just treading water, just trying to stay alive forever. And I understand what she's saying about wanting to protect her child from her family because her family was the abusive family. And I also understand what she's saying about that not being an option because she's mom and she can't do that to her child. There are a series of just impossibilities surrounding her here. And the one thing that seems like it would be worth exploring here would be finding one of those support networks with other parents who have special needs kids. Even if your kid here, OP, doesn't fall into a strict technical special needs category, I don't think the support groups care about that. I think it's more about helping each other through those hard times. And if it is restricted to only parents of kids with X disorder or Y disorder or Z special need, I think identifying what that special need is for your child and then finding other parents who are going through that as well is something that you should do immediately, because you're probably going to get a lot more support talking to those other parents, and it's a support network, so you're helping each other, right? You get to be there for someone else and help them keep going too. Obviously, they're not going to understand your background with the abuse and the situation that you're in right now, but having a support network of people that you can talk to who at least know what you're going through right now and understand how hard it is to feel like you're just on the clock 24/7 taking care of a child who has special needs, talking to people who at least understand part of that is going to give you someone to talk to. You need a support network, and clearly your husband's not part of that support network, so find other people who can be, because you trying to do this alone is probably what's making you feel like you're just exhausted with life right now. If you did cut ties with everything and everyone and just run, where would you run? And would you be happy there? I don't think you're going to escape and find happiness. I think you have to try to find the support network that you never had in your life to this point and find your tribe. You know what I mean? I think what you need is your tribe here. You need a tribe of like-minded people who get it, who understand it, and who can help keep you not just treading water, but help keeping you from going to the dark place that treading water every day causes. I think finding those people who can be there whenever you're having that especially dark moment, and they can be like, you know what, I went through the same thing last Thursday, and here's what I thought about, and this really helped, and that really helped, and hey, why don't we get together for coffee and do this, or why don't I come over and do this? Finding a support network of people who get it would be hugely helpful to you, I think. Now, I obviously don't have all the answers, and I have not been in a situation like this, so I'm hoping someone who sees this has and can point out some things that were extraordinarily helpful for them, or at least point out the things that they can definitely stay away from. But let's try to find a solution here. I think if you're seeing this video and you have ideas for things that are worth trying or worth looking at that lead to a positive outcome here, comment it. Let's throw as many good ideas out here as possible and try to help this woman find something that can reinvigorate her life and give her hope here, because right now it seems like she's exhausted. She's just emotionally, physically, and mentally exhausted. Let's try to be helpful. We can do this. We can help find something here. OP, don't cut ties and just run off just yet. Let's see if we can come up with some ideas that will help connect you with some paths that lead to happiness here and joy. Let's see if we can help find some resources for you here. Come on, guys. Get them swipe text fingers, them tappity tap fingers. Get them comments fired up here. I know you got good ideas. Let's hear them. Come on now. Give me the best you got. We can do this. I'm pumping you up. Just with my little head bob dance. No music. You're going to provide some helpful feedback. You're going to provide some helpful feedback. You're going to write a genius comment that's going to lead OP to happiness. See? Now you got to actually do it.